Hey, good morning, everybody. So today we have a class on basically it's another obscure holiday that happens in March, and it is Popcorn Lovers Day. So for all of you that like to eat popcorn, which is a very actually healthy snack, it's a good thing for us to learn about. So we'll kind of just go over the history of it, how to celebrate it. Um, I will say for a long time I didn't like popcorn because I worked at a movie theater, and at first before I worked there I loved popcorn, and then I had way too much of it. And then I worked also at a video store, and we always asked people. We had a popcorn machine, and we always asked people if they would like um, some popcorn, with their movie to take home. So, and I was like, oh man, this is 2 jobs now that have kind of ruined popcorn for me. But I will say that I'm starting to like it better. I found out some different recipes for it, and I'll kind of let you know about that at the very end. But for now, let's go over the history of Popcorn Day. So, again, it's a March holiday, and for this year, it'll be on March 11th, 2021. And it happens on different dates, throughout the year. So it's the second Thursday in March. So, that we know. So it's coming up pretty soon. But you can celebrate this anytime. But if you want to celebrate it on that date, it's the second Thursday in March. And it was founded by Bob Matthews on January 6th, 2012. So it's a relatively new holiday. Yeah, which is, again, we can come up with our own holiday. We just need to figure out what it is. But the day is for people sorry, I have allergies from gardening and things. Today is for all of those who love popcorn. Many sources claim that the day was started on January 6, 2012 by a man named Bob Matthews from Rochester, New York. Bob's favorite snack is popcorn, and he and his wife have it most Thursdays. Explaining why Popcorn Lovers Day takes place on a Thursday, Bob is a gardener and grows and dries his own popcorn. It'd be interesting to find out if he sells any of that. Popcorn is one of 4 types of corn. The others being dent, flint, and sweet. So there's dent corn, flint corn, and sweet corn. And it is the only one of the 4 that can pop. So, which is the best part of popcorn is when you start to hear ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Its hull is thicker, which allows steam pressure to build up inside it before it explodes. When it bursts open, starch comes out, and as it cools, it turns into the shape we are familiar with. Popcorn kernels with between 13 and 14.5% moisture are ideal for popping. And 13.5% is the absolute best, apparently. I did not know that. If 98 kernels out of 100 kernels pop, it can be looked at as being good popcorn. Popcorn is a whole grain food, being made up of the germ, endosperm, and pericarp, which is the hull. It is low in fat and in calories. There are only about 31 calories in a cup of air pop popcorn. It is also high in fiber, and it's inexpensive. So it's a healthy snack. You know, if you want to switch away from other snacks, to have a snack that's healthier, popcorn is a very good alternative. Unless you douse it in butter, which most people do. 70% of popcorn is eaten at home. Of that, about 90% is purchased as unpopped kernels. Of the 30% eaten outside of the home, much of it is eaten in theaters, sports stadiums, and schools, and video stores, but they're kind of on the wayside. The main states that produce popcorn are the Midwest, and most of the popcorn eaten throughout the whole world is grown in the U.S. So popcorn is a U.S. thing. So, yay us for making popcorn. Americans eat more popcorn than anyone else. About 13 billion quarts of popped corn are eaten annually, which is about 42 quarts per person. Another account even puts the figure higher. About 2 tablespoons of unpopped popcorn makes a quart of popped corn. Sorry. It is eaten mostly during the fall, and a lot is also eaten during the winter months. But not as much as eaten during spring and summer. Which kind of makes sense. Unless you're at a movie theater. Popcorn has been used for thousands of years and was first used by Native Americans in both South and North America. The oldest popcorn that has been found is between 4,000 and 56,000 years old and was discovered in the Bat Cave, Batman, in west central New Mexico in 1948. So it is possible that, people have been celebrating popcorn for a while longer before 2012. The Aztecs were using popcorn when Cortez invaded Mexico in 1519, not only for food but to decorate their headdresses and statues of gods. Kernels were also found in South American burial grounds in Chile, I don't know. Some Native Americans or American Indians believed that spirits lived inside popcorn kernels, grew angry when they were heated, and then escaped. Early colonists called popcorn parching corn, rice corn, and popped corn, and it wasn't known as popcorn until the 1820s. It became popular during the holidays, which is very true, especially with children and during Christmas, where besides being a snack, it was also hung on Christmas trees. An early popular way of making popcorn at home was cooking it in an open fire in a wire box with a long handle. Wow, it's interesting to picture. In the 1870s, molasses was added to popcorn, and popcorn balls began being made. I've had a couple of popcorn balls. They're good food. They're not as healthy as just regular popcorn. They became one of the most popular confections. They were given as gifts and ended up in recipe books. And behind here, I have some recipe books. I'm sure that I could figure that out. Then Cracker Jack began being sold in 1896 and consisted of popcorn, peanuts, and molasses. It actually has been sold without the name at the Columbian Exposition in Chicago in 1893. And then it soon became a staple at baseball games. The mobile popcorn machine was also first introduced at the Columbian Exposition and became very popular with street vendors over the next half century. who sold popcorn at fairs, parks, and expositions. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, popcorn also was eaten for breakfast, similar to how cereal is eaten today. Never tried it that way. I guess with milk. But maybe it's good. I don't know. One thing I will say about the Cracker Jack thing is, way back in the day of my life, that's how my dad proposed to my mom. Because they used to put little prizes inside the Cracker Jack box, and so he put the ring inside the little, as the prize, but inside the pouch that you put in a Cracker Jack box. The funny thing is, she was like, I don't really like this. She wasn't a big fan. And he's like, please try it, and definitely, take the gift, but that's how he proposed, was through a Cracker Jack box. Because I guess my dad himself is kind of a Cracker Jack. So, as we go on, as popcorn was cheap, it could be afforded easily during the Great Depression, and sales actually increased during the time period. It also became popular at movie theaters during this time, and continued to increase in popularity during the years of World War II. As television became popular in the early 1950s, fewer people went to the movies, and less popcorn was eaten as well. And Percy Spencer discovered that popcorn could pop from microwaves, which, we have. And by the early 1980s, many brands were produced microwave popcorn. One of the first brands to produce it was Golden Valley Foods in 1971. The invention of microwave popcorn greatly increased the consumption of popcorn at home. So, that's the history of popcorn, which a lot of it I didn't know about. So, it's good to learn together. And, I don't know, kind of makes me want to eat some popcorn. Now, how to observe Popcorn Lovers Day. Show your love for popcorn today, it says, with an exclamation point. Make it with a hot air popper. They have like the Jiffy Pop. With oil on the stove, over an open fire, or in the microwave. Have it at home or at a movie theater or sporting event. Make it into popcorn balls, or use it to make something else. Have some friends over and guess the number of popcorn kernels inside a container. Then count to see who has the closest and pop the popcorn. You could eat it, but you could also get some sewing needles and string some popcorn as decoration. So those are a few ways of celebrating it. I would think about going or getting a movie and, popping some corn and make it your way. I have, and so this very last part is I have some friends. They're vegan and they're awesome, but they're vegan and they really like popcorn. And what they used to put on there, instead of like salt or pepper, I think they might have still salt and peppered the popcorn, but we did have a movie night one night with them, and they put on nutritional yeast, which actually tastes really good on the popcorn. Like it, I asked them, I was like, what is this? And they're like, oh, it's nutritional yeast, but it actually is pretty good, and it's nutritional. So it becomes a very healthy snack. Now, the way I make popcorn is a bit different, I still like it that way, and I'll have it with the nutritional yeast once in a while. But usually what I do is I salt and pepper it, and I put on a drizzle of either olive oil sometimes or butter. I prefer the butter, but depending on my mood. And then I add one more ingredient, which to me, with the salt and pepper, really makes the popcorn. Now, there are many popcorn stores around and things like that. So if you want, and after this video, let me know if you want me to make popcorn with my secret ingredient. And I will do it. And then, we'll have another class. And hopefully, you'll try it the way that I like it. But then I'd also like to see any videos that you have of ways that you like popcorn. But anyway, so that's been our class today on the history and the development of popcorn and how it's become popular. And of course, if you have any questions, always feel free to ask. And as always, I miss you all, and I hope to see you very, very soon. Okay, have a wonderful rest of your day.